Hey everyone, and welcome back. Get ready, because today we're diving into something seriously cool, searching through PDFs using visuals. Instead of just text, our source today
It's a fascinating one.
is a blog post from Vespa.ai,
Mm-hmm.
and it's called Visual RAG over PDFs with Vespa, a demo application in Python.
Catchy title.
It is. And,
I like
this
that.
technology just might change how we deal with information overload.
I think so too. Imagine being able to search for a document
Whoa.
based on a specific chart.
No,
Even like a logo within it.
Wow.
That's what Visual RAG can do.
So RAG stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation.
Exactly.
Okay, so we're not just talking keywords anymore.
Nope.
What exactly is RAG doing behind the scenes to make this all work?
You can think of RAG as your superpowered research assistant.
Okay.
It can scan through mountains of data,
Mountains.
and pinpoint the most relevant info for your visual search.
I mean, we've all been there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wrestling with PDFs.
Oh, yeah.
Scan documents, charts, tables.
Ugh, don't even get me started.
Seriously. Good luck searching for anything specific in those.
Forget about it.
And this demo seems like it's tackling that head on.
It really is, and they're using this really powerful model called ColPali,
ColPali.
which creates like unique fingerprints or embeddings
Embeddings.
for both text and images.
So it's like a digital fingerprint for an image that captures like the essence of it.
You got it. It's like giving each visual element
Okay.
its own unique code based on its meaning.
And that allows for
Semantic search.
semantic search.
Like searching based on meaning, not just like keywords.
Got it.
And what's even cooler
There's
is
more.
ColPali uses what's called a late interaction mechanism.
Late interaction.
Meaning it doesn't have to analyze all the visual data at once.
So that sounds like it's a big deal for efficiency,
Huge.
especially with those massive PDFs we were talking about.
Absolutely. This approach makes ColPali super fast and scalable compared to models that have to like analyze the entire image up front.
So speed is key here.
It's crucial for a good user experience.
Speaking of user experience,
Mm-hmm.
I was super impressed with how Vespa.ai focused on making the demo application like really snappy.
Yeah.
Like what we're used to with Google searches.
Totally.
Tell me more about how they did that.
Well, they've got this really smart phased ranking system, which gives users control over how they want to prioritize different aspects of their search.
Interesting.
So like if you want to focus on finding an exact text match, you can prioritize that.
Okay.
Or maybe you want to prioritize finding visually similar images.
Right.
Or a combination of both.
Wow. So like, let's say I'm looking for a PDF
Yeah.
that mentions climate change.
Okay.
And it includes a chart showing rising sea levels. I could actually prioritize those visual elements in my search.
Exactly. It's like having a multifaceted lens
Multifaceted.
to explore the data.
I like it.
And here's the kicker. The whole demo,
Yeah.
including the Vespa application itself, was built entirely using Python.
All Python.
Python all the way.
That seems like a very deliberate choice.
Oh, it is. They use this framework called FastHTML,
Okay.
which basically streamlines the development process by bridging the gap between front-end and back-end development.
It's like a universal language that simplifies the whole thing.
Exactly.
So it sounds like they've put a lot of thought into making this technology accessible
Yeah,
to other developers.
for sure.
Now, what about the platform itself? Where is the application hosted?
They chose Hugging Face Spaces,
Hugging Face Spaces.
which is like a popular platform for
Yeah.
hosting AI models and applications.
I've heard of it.
It's a smart choice because
Yeah.
it offers easy deployment and the flexibility to add more processing power
More processing power.
as needed.
Speaking of processing power, the blog post did mention using GPUs.
Oh, yeah.
How important were those for this demo?
GPUs were absolutely essential, especially for running that ColPali model. Right.
And generating those image embeddings.
So visual analysis.
It's really computationally intensive.
Yeah.
And GPUs have the muscle to handle all of that.
To handle it all in a
Perfectly,
reasonable time frame.
Okay, so they weren't just messing around.
Yep.
They knew they needed that extra power
Oh, yeah.
to make it work seamlessly.
Definitely. And to top it off, they didn't just assume it would be fast.
Smart.
They actually did thorough load testing
Load testing.
to see how the system would handle a surge in traffic.
Like a real-world scenario.
Exactly, like what you'd see in a real-world application.
Wow. Very thorough.
Yeah, they really thought of everything.
Impressive.
I was impressed, too. And the results were pretty impressive.
I bet. What did they find?
The Vespa search platform. It's super robust.
Okay.
They were able to handle over 20 queries per second.
Wow.
With minimal resource usage.
That's amazing. So it sounds like the bottleneck wasn't the search engine itself,
Right.
but the visual analysis happening on the GPUs?
Exactly. And they even suggested that if they needed to scale up further, they could just upgrade to a more powerful GPU.
So it's really scalable.
Super scalable.
That's awesome. And I got to ask, what kind of data did they use to train this whole system?
Yeah.
The blog post mentioned something about Norwegian pension funds.
It might not seem glamorous.
Okay.
But it was the perfect data set for what they needed.
How so?
Well, they needed a large collection of PDFs.
Makes sense.
With a rich mix of visuals,
Or like charts and tables.
Exactly. And turns out those pension fund reports had it all.
Really?
Thousands of pages going all the way back to the year 2000.
Wow, that's a goldmine of data.
Mm-hmm.
I can only imagine how long it took to process all of that.
Well, they actually got a little help from another AI.
Another AI?
Called Gemini. To help streamline the process.
Interesting. So what did Gemini do exactly?
They used Gemini to generate search queries and questions.
Okay.
Based on each page.
So it's like AI teaching another AI.
Kinda. It's pretty wild.
It is pretty wild. What were they hoping to achieve by having Gemini generate those queries?
They had two main goals.
Okay.
First, they wanted to create those helpful type-ahead suggestions.
Oh, like when you start typing in a search bar.
Exactly, like when Google predicts what you're going to search for.
Right.
And second, they wanted a way to evaluate how well their visual search engine was performing.
So they could check if the search results
Yeah.
actually aligned with the AI-generated questions about each page.
Exactly. It's a clever way to test the system's accuracy.
Very clever. And remember how we were talking about everything being built in Python?
Oh, yeah.
Well, they even built the Vespa application itself using PyVespa.
That's right.
Their Python client.
It all ties together nicely.
So they're really committed to Python.
They are. Not just for prototyping, but for building serious search applications.
It really speaks to Python's versatility.
It does. And their choice of Python also influenced their decision to use FastHTML.
Right, which we talked about earlier.
Makes sense, right?
It does. Now, I know we've been getting pretty deep into the technical stuff.
Yeah, we have.
But there's something really important
Oh, yeah.
that the blog post made about visual search
Okay.
that I want to highlight.
What's that?
They were very clear that visual search isn't meant to completely replace traditional text-based search.
It's not about replacing it.
Right. It's more about...
Enhancing it?
Yes. Enhancing our ability to find information.
Especially when dealing with complex documents.
Like PDFs full of visuals.
Exactly.
That makes a lot of sense because sometimes you just need to find a specific word or phrase.
Right.
And text search is still the best way to do that.
Absolutely. Visual search just adds another dimension.
To
our search capabilities.
Okay, I like that.
Opening up new ways to explore data that was previously hard to access.
So it's a powerful complement to traditional search.
I think so.
This idea of visual search as an enhancement rather than a replacement.
Yeah.
It feels much more realistic.
It does.
And practical.
Totally.
Now, the blog post did mention a missing piece in their demo.
Oh, yeah.
Something about evaluation. What do they mean by that?
Right. They pointed out that while their demo is a great proof of concept, for a real-world application, you'd need to rigorously evaluate its performance.
Okay, so like how accurate are the search results?
Exactly. And are there any biases in the data or the model?
Those are important questions.
Very important. You don't want to just assume everything's working perfectly.
Right.
Without thorough testing.
And how do they suggest going about that evaluation?
They suggest using what they call LLM as a judge.
LLM as a judge.
Which basically means using another AI to help assess the quality of the search results.
So AI evaluating AI.
It's getting pretty meta.
It is.
Yeah.
But I can see how that would be a valuable tool for ensuring the accuracy and reliability of the system.
Absolutely. It highlights how important it is to constantly evaluate and refine these AI systems.
Right, to make sure they're performing as intended.
Exactly.
Speaking of AI performing as intended, I was really intrigued by their discussion about whether visual search is the be-all and end-all solution.
Oh, yeah. Is vision all you need?
Yeah. It's a clever way to frame the conversation.
It is. Their point is that visual search,
powerful as it is,
it's not a silver bullet that can solve every search problem.
There's no one-size-fits-all.
Exactly. It's about finding the right tool for the job.
And Vespa, with its ability to handle different types of data, and ranking methods. Seems like the perfect platform.
It does.
To build that toolbox.
It's like a Swiss Army knife of search.
I like that analogy. It sounds like they've really created a versatile, a powerful system
Definitely.
for unlocking the potential of visual search.
And they didn't stop there. They even mentioned other promising approaches, like using document screenshot embeddings.
Screenshot embeddings.
Or leveraging tools like Docling to extract text from different document formats.
It sounds like they're constantly pushing the boundaries.
They are. It's really exciting.
Of what's possible with search technology.
Yeah.
I'm eager to see where they take this next.
Me too.
It really is amazing to see all these different technologies working together.
Yeah, it's like a perfect storm of innovation.
And Vespa seems to be right at the center of it all.
Definitely. They're really pushing the boundaries of what's possible with search.
Well, folks, there you have it. A deep dive into the world of visual search with Vespa.ai.
From those clever ColPali embeddings to the power of phased ranking in Python.
This demo just shows how much potential AI has to completely change how we interact with information.
It's not about replacing the old ways, but about enhancing them, opening up a whole new world of possibilities.
It really makes you wonder what other applications are out there just waiting to be discovered.
Oh, for sure.
Like, could we use this technology in fields like medical imaging?
Interesting.
Or even for analyzing video content.
The possibilities are endless. It's really exciting to think about.
It is. It's given me a lot to think about, that's for sure.
Me too.
Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious.
See you next time.